Why do you have to get gamers to actually buy 3 games in a year, like you've been doing for like the last what 15 years of like World Cup, road to the. Heck, there was one year they had FIFA, road to the World Cup, and the World Cup game in the same like 16, 18 month period, like 3 games. It was ridiculous. And they're still doing that. But the thing is, I was seeing like the gentle progression with these things, like with the Champions League game and FIFA '07, and then they came out with FIFA '08, and you saw the progression. But I always argued that, look, guys, take that year and just get everything into one game. Just get it all into one game. Let us have. Anyway, whatever. They didn't do it. FIFA '08 came out, and they brought in a whole load of new stuff that improved it a lot on FIFA '07 and the Champions League game. And I was like, at that point, it was like FIFA '08 that I realized, looking at what Pro Evolution had done, like these guys had stagnated to beyond incomprehensible proportions. Like Pro Evolution 2008 on Next Gen was probably one of the worst football game releases that I've ever seen in my entire life from a major company. It was shockingly bad. Shocking. Like, guys, the online was non-existent. You could not play Pro Evolution online on the Next Gen at all. It was unplayable. So much so that Seabass guy had to come in and actually apologize for how bad Pro Evolution 2008 was in general and online. And I was hearing, like, I'm a 360 guy, but I was hearing some crazy glitches that were going on with PS3, even compared to the 360 version. So I was like, dudes, Konami, I mean, it's one thing resting on your laurels, but EA, EA are like a juggernaut when it comes to money. So if these guys are actually now, and they've already got all the licenses, so if you're letting these guys come and steal your thunder and get in on your act, once they're gone, you're never going to catch them. You just never will. Pro Evolution, seemingly, I was like, okay, you know what? The beating you've taken on PES or 2008 and how FIFA '08 has dragged so many people away from your game, you are going to wisen up and you're going to come in strong, rewrite the handbook for Pro Evolution 2009 just to make a comeback. Now we move on to the core of this debate. FIFA '09 versus Pro Evolution Soccer 2009. Now, guys, I mean, we've all been on the websites, game trailers, Games Master, Play. Well, not Play, they don't do reviews. I mean, reviews as such. IGN. We've seen the videos. YouTube has, everybody's got videos. Pro Evolution 2009 is the same damn game. It's the same game. I don't care whether you've now got a Champions League license. I don't care whether, it's the same game. Some guys are saying, it plays as good as PS or 2005. PS5, do you know when that came out years ago? Why do you want a game now that's like a game that was 2 or 3 games removed? Back. It makes no sense. And people are jumping up and down saying, it's back to the good old days. No, you don't. Why do you want the good old days when the good old days have been going for the last 10 years? That doesn't make any logical sense, especially when you're using that as a support for this franchise, which it's almost like an inversion. Like Pro Evolution has now become what FIFA was all those years ago, whereby these guys have the same engine and they're just milking you for money every year by just throwing a few diamonds in here. We've now added this, added that, added this, so just buy the game again, repackage it and give it back to you. It's stupid. On the flip side, and it's the flip side, FIFA '09, like the demo came out recently. This game is a crazy game. It's a crazy game. Like, FIFA '09 is going to rewrite the handbook on football games, period. Like, FIFA '09 for me, looking at this demo, if the full game corrects a few of the glitches, and it's going to do as much for EA and FIFA as Pro Evolution 5 did for Pro Evo. Like, I think people are going to reflect on this FIFA '09 release the way that people reflect on Pro Evolution 5. Because these guys have done some crazy stuff in FIFA '09. I'm just going to roll into like some of the things, the big things that I feel, just from playing the demo and doing my stuff, that I feel are big time on FIFA '09. One of the hugest, like this is the biggest change, is the physicality of the game. Now, the fact that most games, they haven't really looked into this, but what FIFA have done this year is that they've got a situation whereby if players collide, you never really know what's going to happen. Like if somebody goes in for a slide tackle, depending on what angle, the player might stay on his feet, he might tumble and get back up and regain the ball, he might brush him off with his hand, push him. You do not know what is going to go down. And conversely, the referee may or may not blow up. So you might stumble and fall and roll over and then stand up again and get the ball back and the referee doesn't blow, or he gives you advice. It sounds simple, but no game has ever done this before. And the way it's been implemented is so good that it's completely changed the way I play FIFA now, just from the demo. You know, it's completely changed everything. It's like you're playing the game and you're like, man, I don't know what's going to happen. Like the ball's in the air, people are going up for headers. You're like, who's going to win? So you're really there's now a game, like a mini game within the game, like a mini game of wrestling for the ball. Like you're both running down the wings and you're wrestling. You're not sure what's going to happen. And what they've done is that they've adapted it so that depending on how big the player is. So if a player is really huge versus a small player, you're 90% of the time, the big guy is going to just muscle that guy off the ball. And it's just funny to see it happen because now you've got to really think about who you're passing the ball and what this guy can do. So I had situations like I've got Alexander Pato, for example, who's like a lightweight and is going against Terry or something, who's like, or Rio Ferdinand. And if I see Rio Ferdinand coming, I'm passing off the ball to somebody else because I know that this guy's just going to run through me. Or I'm trying to dribble him at it. I mean, just saying that the thought process of playing this game is changed. And I'm saying that that innovation in itself, for me, is a humongous step forward in football games. Another thing that they've also added as well is players just gesturing within the game mechanic. And this is actually a big problem that I had with FIFA, and it's still in there now. These guys are, I mean, the developers are in Vancouver, they're in Canada, okay, and it's like a North American or whatever mentality of this thing of glitz and razzmatazz and everything has to be so glamorous and glitzy for everything. And I'm like, wait, if you come to Europe and you look at the way even the way Sky present football, it's still got a level of realisticness to it, you know. I mean, yes, they've now got the swooping cams that go across the stadium and everything, but still, there's sort of like a realistic edge to it that FIFA seem to completely miss, and Pro Evolution, for example, have always gotten right. That if you're going to show cutscenes, use in-game graphics, like use in-game angles. So it's like there's a real cameraman filming the action. So when there's a substitution, you're seeing it with the guy with the board and the guy running off and running on, and everything just looks organic in Pro Evolution. And FIFA just don't. They have this weird thing of whenever there's a cutscene, the camera's at some weird. I mean, they've got camera angles like on grass level with the ball in your face and the player doing some weird kind of canned animation pointing in general to nobody, you know, or when they're taking a corner kick, the guy's like gesturing to nobody. And it just looks fake in FIFA, and they've still got it in FIFA 09. It's just fake, completely fake. And the thing is, I know it takes more memory and more resources to render those silly cutscenes than just having like an in-game camera swoop down and just shoot the graphics the way it is in-game like Pro Evolution does, and it just looks better. All I would say to these guys, go and watch a Premier League presentation or BBC or whatever European football presentation of a football match and just copy that with your presentation. Just copy it. And you're already you would have made the game a lot better. And to drum this point home, what FIFA 09 has done now is they've introduced a percentage of that ideology.